So we've got this ring. You guys can see it in your books, and you can access this later. And we've got percentages. So this is a perfect pass, medium pass, off the net, and obviously bad pass. We've got different benchmarks. This is called expected first ball side out. And Nate No and Joe Trinzi, so Nate is our stat guy on the national team, and Joe Trinzi worked these numbers out, and they go in depth. If a pass ends up in this zone, teams at the elite level are siding out at 63%. This is what's moving the needle in terms of probabilities. And from this point, we can start to establish, let's say that we're passing a lot of balls in here, but we're not reaching that number. Well, then we can start asking better questions. And that's what those stat guys would say, is we're not trying to find answers. We're trying to figure out how we can ask better questions. And so, if we're not hitting this benchmark as a team, but we're passing in this zone, we're not meeting that benchmark. Does that make sense? So then we can start looking at, is it our set location? Is it our set choices? Are we on the right routes? If I could tell my younger self, besides the learning part and the mental game part, a technical part, I tell all of these guys, I'm telling these young guys, and I'm telling the guys in the national team, use the block. Learn to use the block. Because blocking is really hard. There are so few good blockers in the world at the elite level. At the elite level, so few. So if we kind of keep going down, and why is it? Everybody tries to time the block acoustically. They try to wait till they see the hit. So everyone goes up, and then hit and goes over. So when we start looking at high-speed camera, we go frame by frame, you will see 90% of the time, at the elite level, the ball is hit, the ball passes, and when it's about 10 to 12, 13, 15 feet, the blocker finishes move. And the ball's already gone. I'm telling my blocking self, it's not about being deceptive. When you start to recognize the numbers, as a server, I'm trying to find the right balance of serve to disrupt this probability. I want to get this ball here. Once it gets there, guess what? I have a 52%. They only have a 48% chance now. So now I'm slowing the numbers. And so, as a blocker, how do I give those numbers back? I make a blocking move that's undisciplined. So this leads right into fundamentals.